You're tuning into the No Game Plan podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Emily.
And I'm Kenzie.
Hey, quick pause. Do not mind the audio, the choppy audio throughout the rest of the episode. This first time figuring out audio stuff for both of us. We are learning. We'll get better one episode at a time. Thanks.
And this is our introduction episode. We're going to learn a bit about each other while you guys listen, and we're going to have fun, hang out a little bit. As I said, I'm Kenzie. I just graduated college last month in May with a degree in English. Fun fact about me, I'm an English major, so naturally I love reading. If you're viewing us on your screen, you can see all my books behind me, and I love reading and I love writing, and it's just my passion.
I am Emily. I also graduated college in May. I graduated with a degree in sports communication. Man, oh man, do I love sports. We love sports in this house. Fun fact about me, while loving sports, I love music so much, so I had to put all of my thoughts somewhere. I became a DJ host for a radio music show of my own for 2 years. I love music.
Lame.
Yeah.
What's your current vibe right now? What are you listening to?
My current vibe, I have been having I Want Your Video by Joe on repeat. So good.
Is that from his new album?
No, it's from his old album. I actually do not know what it is.
That's okay.
What are you listening to?
Well, Taylor Swift just bought back her masters.
And we love that.
Debut to Reputation. Bought those back for like 300 million. But I've been listening to Reputation guilt-free now. So I've been listening to Call It What You Want by Taylor Swift on repeat.
Absolutely.
Because that is an incredible song.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Slay. That's so fun and exciting.
It is, honestly.
So how did we meet?
Ooh, how did we meet?
Talking about music.
We might have met because of a little boy band in the year 2017.
In the forsaken year of 2017.
We met on Twitter. We're in the Why Don't We fandom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, Why Don't We?
Yeah. Joan Moran.
Zach Harrion and Daniel Levy.
Okay.
I can never decide.
Yeah.
I went back and forth.
Oh, always. We met in a group chat.
Anyone who wasn't in that fandom at that time, Twitter was a place.
Twitter was definitely a place. It was a place of time. There were so many applications to join the group chat.
Oh, you remember how those applications worked?
No.
Oh, so someone would be like, I'm creating a group chat. It's going to be called this.
Yeah. It's going to
this is the criteria.
And it's going to have these boys in it.
Yeah. This is the criteria. You have to be like this age. You have to be in this lane. All of that stuff. Retweet if you want to join, and then we'll pick some people to be in there.
Yep.
We ended up retweeting the same one.
Yep.
Do you remember the group chat name?
Was it Jonah's a snack?
Yeah, Jonah's a snack.
Was that like a pregnant emoji too?
It might have been. I have no idea. Okay. I was in a lot of group chats at that time.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting to that same group chat. We added each other on Snap and whatnot.
Had each other's numbers.
Yeah. But we didn't really become friends until March of the following year.
No, well, because it was we met in October 2017 and then that March in 20.
I went to your show.
Yeah. Yep.
I went to the invitation to your show.
Yep.
And then we were like, cool.
Yep. And then we got closer after that, and unfortunately we stuck. And then we did not.
Unfortunately.
No, we did not take the safety course of meeting strangers online. But we both turned out to be normal people. Kind of.
We did not listen to our parents' warnings.
Yeah.
To not meet up with strangers in person, but we did that.
We did do that. Yeah.
And I flew to her grandmother's house.
For some reason, they thought it was safe. They just flew to some random family's grandmother's house. We all
Yeah, me and
and kind of in the middle,
yeah,
but not in the middle.
not in the middle really.
We met at a meeting
But
point because we went to a Why Don't We show together.
yeah, we did. Kind of together. We met them together.
Yeah,
So
confirm.
we have pictures to prove it.
We do. Should we get into our interests outside of sports now that we got that little silly little out of the way?
Silly little meeting out of the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, we do have jobs. We are employed.
We are employed.
I am a bud tender. I'm cool.
I'm a barista. I'm slightly cool.
Actually, she's my personal barista.
Yeah, she pays me to make her coffee.
Well, no.
No. But the English major to barista pipeline, I am proof of that. Because so many English majors are baristas and nobody ever learns.
Right. Yeah, okay.
I don't think your pipeline is as common though. So
I definitely not, no.
No.
But Zara worked on me. Fun fact also.
Obviously we love music. We've talked about that.
Yeah, interest outside of sports. I guess being a bud tender, that is also my interest too.
Yeah. I mean, I love coffee. Obviously, I'm a barista, but
do we gotta
what else? I love reading. I love writing. I've said that. Those are my main two interests.
Oh, you know what? I should say that photography. I actually want to be a sports photographer.
She's a great photographer, guys.
Thanks. Photography, I have been doing it for so long, and I made it into sports, and I'm very happy about it. I also do music photography, concert photography as well. I took pictures of Cage the Elephant, Peter McPullen, Bristol Maroney, Greta Van Fleet, and others. Oh, no.
Hit her up.
What?
Hit her up for all your photography needs.
I'm here. Do we have any other interests outside of sports? I don't really think so.
Interests? No, but I mean, I have 3 cats and I love spending time with them.
I also love spending time with her cats.
Yeah, my cats are pretty awesome.
I have a favorite.
Yeah, we know you do. He's actually asleep on my bed right now.
Oh, kitty!
Great.
Also, another fun fact, I love cats, but I don't have one.
Yeah.
I have this sticker on my water bottle.
Tell your cat I said hi.
Please tell your cats I say hey.
Yeah. Play that recording back.
Please.
She's begging you.
Sports time, I guess. Time to get into the actual part of the podcast.
If you can't tell by the title, we are sports podcasts.
We are sports
We love sports.
Also, our little name tags. I am a New Jersey Devils enthusiast.
I'm a Lando North enthusiast right now. I've got my Lando Norris McLaren shirt on.
Yeah. I got this from I got this from the Fort Lauderdale airport.
But it's a Miami racing tee.
Yes, so we passed the track and I was super excited.
Speaking of tracks,
which one have you been to? I actually I saw the IRL Monaco track in like 2023.
Ooh. I have a whole snow globe of Monaco that she got me.
Yeah.
Because I collect mini snow globes. So she sent me a little Monaco snow globe and it is so cute.
Yes, I did. But sorry, had a burp. Okay. Miss Ma'am, how'd you get into sports?
So here's the thing. I have 2 older brothers. They loved sports growing up. They wrestled, they played football. One of them played soccer. One played basketball. One played baseball. So I was surrounded by sports my entire life. I played soccer. I danced. And just naturally, I started watching NFL with my family. And it just progressed into other sports. I met this girl, and she got me into hockey.
Yeah.
I did that. And then I got into Formula 1, got her into football, got her into Formula 1, into basketball. Love basketball.
Yeah, but teams you want to say right now? Or do you want to talk about teams after I say how I got? Okay.
We can talk about teams later.
Okay. So also naturally, I have an older brother, so sports is obviously surrounded in my family because I have a brother, so duh. Um, he played football and hockey, um, and he did play baseball. I used to play soccer and softball, and I also used to cheerlead. I don't think that's a sport, but
Cheerleading's a sport.
I competition cheerleading is a sport.
Yes,
Sideline
absolutely.
high school
They're
cheerleading
athletes.
isn't. It's on the cusp, but like you still got to do physical activity to twists and tumbles. But I feel like that's more on the dance side, even though dance is a sport as well. But I would categorize cheerleading under dance, like sideline cheerleading.
If you're a cheerleader, don't listen to her. I think you're an athlete
Well,
of your own right.
Okay. First hot take of the
First hot take.
podcast, I guess. But for a while, I didn't watch like professional sports. Um, just watched my brother play hockey in high school, play hockey, and then in the glorious again 2017 when the draft was happening, the NHL draft was happening. I was standing over my Rangers fan brother and father while they were watching the draft, and I see glorious Nico Hischier on the screen as the number one pick. Guess what happened after? The rest is history. I became a Devils fan.
Naturally, that's the only possible opportunity for you.
Like exactly. Since like 2017, then I've been watching the NHL. And then that's when I started sports photography and then getting into more sports. I didn't understand football for the longest time. Baseball was okay, women's sports. And then Kenzie got me into football. And then she got me into F1. And then I started watching baseball. And now I love Shohei Ohtani. And now I'm starting to watch basketball. And I love women's sports. And now I'm starting to watch rugby.
Love rugby.
And I started to watch softball because I started getting bored. College softball. Women's. Oh, wait.
No, the championship is going on right now for college softball, is it not?
I'm pretty sure that's why I put it on. My friends are watching it too. My other friends that you know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Teams? You want to talk about teams?
Well, for football, I grew up a Vikings fan. I'm a diehard Vikings fan. But I wanted to be a little different. And 2020, maybe, I became a Buffalo Bills fan. I saw Josh Allen on the field, saw his arm, said, I'm there. I'm a Buffalonian for the rest of my life, actually.
That's insane. I also just want to add on because I am also a Buffalo Bills fan because guess who introduced me to the sport?
You girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hockey. You got me into hockey. Obviously, a Devils fan.
And I had
Love
to
the Devils.
back becoming a Bills fan.
Yeah. It was like a switch. Yep. But then we get into Formula One.
Yeah.
And I am a Lando Norris fan before anything else. Not really a team that I love at all, because the drivers can switch teams, and the teams are
Carlos.
And then I sent you pictures one time. Let's tell this story.
Do you want to tell the story of? But before we do that, my team for F1 is Ferrari.
Yeah.
And I love Carlos Sainz.
Mm-hmm. But funny story. She became a Carlos Sainz fan this year after he left Ferrari.
I'm so upset. I'm so upset. So upset.
But it's okay. She missed a glorious 4 years of Charlos.
You can hear my heart shattering.
Oh, anyway, so I sent her pictures one day. I was like, I'm just gonna send you pictures. You're gonna like rate the drivers. I don't even know. Did you guess their names?
You asked me to guess their names, but I knew guessing their names was gonna be so unfun, and I would have rather you just told me. So you just let me give my opinion on each man.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yep.
sent her a picture of Carlos in the middle of it because I was like, she's gonna love Carlos.
But
Can't be the
then,
first one, can't be the last one.
but then the photo she sent me, his hair was
It was
super
really cool.
short. While I was bullying his hair, I was like, his hair is so bad. And she sent
So
me
I
another
sent her a
one.
picture. Yeah, I sent her a picture of Carlos in Red Bull when he first started, and that's what got her. Yeah.
And then after, like, for the next, like, few days, I kept thinking about that photo, and I literally went back to the photo and I replied to it saying, thinking about this photo right now.
Yep.
And that's where it all started.
So yeah, so she became a Carlos fan. But I was okay with it because Carlando besties. For the resties.
I think now's the
And
perfect time though we should get into our favorite things, like merchandise we have from them, from
mm,
sports. After this,
yeah.
because I have a little surprise.
Oh no. The U shirt wasn't the surprise?
No, this is the surprise.
Emily, what?
So I have a surprise. I am deciding to break up our team conversation for this surprise for Kenzie right now, because we're talking about
No.
F1, so it's perfectly fine. My grandmother went to Japan.
She found them for you. Stop.
So my grandmother went to Japan. This one is a little destroyed, but it's fine. I know you can't.
She got the Red Bull cans with the Red Bull drivers on them. Yuki is on the sugar free. Max is on the regular. And then I had a friend that went to Japan at the same time,
Yeah,
and he also got me the cans. So they're sitting on my bookshelf by my Lego F1 cars.
but wait, there's more. I have to grab
There's
it.
more.
I have to grab it. Everything's falling. Everything's falling. So I was opening up the bag and then I saw this newspaper. And it's a newspaper from Japan, so I didn't really think anything of it. Like, this is a cool thing that I'd want anyway, you know. So because I I saw it, I was like, oh my god, this is cool, and I started opening it, and then events happened yesterday, so then I couldn't fully open it.
Mhm.
And then I went to work, but then I came back, and I opened them, and I opened up the newspaper. Do you see it?
Stop. That's so cool. It's a newspaper of Yuki because he took over the Red Bull seat for Japan.
Yes. Yes. This is my
That's so dope.
most prized possession now.
The way you're not even a Red Bull fan or a Yuki fan. Well, you like Yuki.
Well, yeah. Also, it says
The Japan Times Weekend.
that's just so cool to me. Okay,
That's dope.
that was
That's really cool.
surprise to her because I really want to show her like ASAP, and that's what I was gonna
That's
call
really.
you for.
Oh yeah, she called me last night and she said, "I have to go to work now, so you're gonna have to wait." And so I had to wait until today.
Yep. Um.
Look at Grammy.
Thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Grandma.
Thank you, Grandma.
Do you have any more teams that?
Um, NBA, big Wolves fan.
That's why.
Just lost in the Western Conference Finals, but we're not going to talk about that. How are the Knicks doing? Do we
We
know?
lost.
They lost to Indiana?
I think yeah.
Really? Because I was at the gym the other day and it was on, so I was watching. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they lost.
yesterday.
Check again right now.
R.I.P. Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, they lost yesterday, like 125 to 108.
Oh, you already okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
looked it up.
Timothy Chalamet was there. I
Everything in this game, this series, I can be at.
I was just excited to see him. I was watching it at work.
Really?
That was my highlight. Yeah, we put on sports in
Sure.
the area where people check out.
I love it.
Okay, I'm just gonna go over my teams real quick. Bills fan, like I said. Devils fan, like I said. Yankees fan, but I'm a Shohei Ohtani fan. Uh, uh, who was
Ferrari fan.
Oh yeah, Ferrari fan, Carlos fan, Quinn Hughes fan.
Yes.
got, gotta make sure we acknowledge that. PWHL Frost.
Minnesota Frost. We love the Minnesota Frost.
Alona Mar, number one stan here. I think that's it. I don't really watch basketball, but the Knicks recently. And I want to get women's basketball, WNBA. So that's my next goal.
Go Lynx. Lynx and Liberty were finals last year, and Liberty won. But
I think I'm just going to think Liberty because
Lynx are going to take it this year, though. I got that on lock.
Okay.
No beef.
Okay, I'm here for it. Sounds good. We just decided.
Yeah. I love it. What's your favorite sports game that you've been to?
Oh, wait.
You've been to quite a few.
Actually, I am gonna. So I did just go to one on my birthday. It was a Mets LA Dodgers game. It was super fun. The stadium was so pretty. It was Cincinnati. Cincy Field. City Field. Cincinnati Field. Wherever the Mets play. Yeah. It was such a pretty stadium. It watched the sunset. Had a few drinks. Had some good nachos.
Is it an open stadium?
Yeah. The seats were comfortable. Nobody was like on top of me. Security was nothing. The walk down was great. I got to linger around the first floor to see Shohei Ohtani, but like closer before we left. Very happy about that. Yeah. I was super thrilled.
That's so fun.
I think, yeah, I'm gonna say that's one of my most favorite games so far right now. How about you?
Well, the first hockey game I went to was a Minnesota Wild versus the New Jersey Devils.
And I was so excited for her.
I was so excited to go. I went with a couple friends. So that was fun. That was very memorable. So yeah, I think that was maybe my favorite just because it was like my first one ever.
You want to talk about the game?
We went to a New Jersey Devils game together.
Met IRL for another time.
Like, what, fourth time?
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to... We're friends, actually.
We're friends. We're real friends. But we went to a Devils game in the beginning of 2024. They played the Blackhawks.
Yep. It was definitely
yeah.
Me and Mackenzie and my sister went. We sat right on the game
right behind
itself.
The goal.
You know what? Let's talk about the game.
Connor Bedard broke his jaw.
Yeah. It literally started crazy.
Yeah. There's a lot of fights, wasn't there? There was quite a few fights in that game.
Yes.
Yeah. That's when Connor... Is that Connor's rookie season? It had to be.
I think so.
Yeah, that was his rookie season. Broke his jaw on a hit by Brendan Smith.
Yeah.
First or second period? I don't remember.
It might have been the first because that's when everything started going crazy.
Yeah. Then he ended up having to wear a bubble for like almost the rest of the season, which I felt really bad about.
Yeah. That's all.
And then that's also the game when Jack Hughes got hurt too.
Yes, and then he left the game till like February.
Yeah, he had a shoulder injury. What's new for him, really? And was out for a month. Like he came back against the Rangers, maybe? Or maybe that was this year.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. He's out for like a month.
But more exciting, with all the commotion, with all the laughter, with all the stress, with all the goal scoring, I'm pretty sure it was 3-5? 5-3? Whoops. Was it, or was it 4?
I think. I was going to go look at the score, but I think it was 5-3.
With all of that, I think they were tied at one point, at like 3-3, and then the fourth goal was the whatever.
It was 4-2. That was the final score.
Oh, 4-2. Okay, so
Yeah.
then they were tied at 2. And then was it the third goal it happened?
That's a really good question that I'm not positive about. Let's see. Fourth goal. Third goal. Yeah.
It was at the third goal when it happened.
The last goal was an empty netter. But
Awesome.
the third goal, he who shall not be named. If you're a New Jersey fan, you'll figure out who we're talking about. No longer on the team. Has not been on the team for a very long time. Scored a goal for the lead, 3-2.
So
Got very excited.
So thrilled. And we're going to go talk about our seats real quick because our seats were the bleacher type seats, but cut off to the stoned, like, in the Prudential Center seats. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So there's cracks in the seats.
We were right behind the goal. Scored the goal in the net that was right there in front of us.
Yep.
Jumped up.
Yep. And excitement, because
just cheering. Everyone stood up. So happy. Sat back down. I said, where's my phone? Couldn't find my phone.
It was a moment.
Yeah, kind of freaking out. I got the people around me to freak out.
Yep.
They're like, what'd you lose? What'd you lose? People in front of us. And I was like, my phone. They're like, oh. And then everyone around us was looking. There was probably like a couple minutes left in the game. And I logged into your sister's phone onto like Apple ID to find my phone. Yep. And it was by us, was it not?
It was by us. It was in the stadium the whole time. We just really couldn't tell because obviously the stadium was huge and the phone was small.
Yeah. And I was like, if my phone was taken by someone, it had to have been really quickly and nobody left our section, so it's not like somebody just like grabbed it and ran.
Yeah.
And then upon further investigation, there's a little tiny slot in the bleachers that if my phone was on my seat and my seat lifted up, when I stood up, it could slide directly under the bleachers. And we're guessing that's what it did. So when I locked my phone, when I logged into your sister's phone, I locked my phone so nobody could get into it. And then after the game,
we were looking for a little bit more. We scanned under the bleachers to see what we can see. We saw nothing. And then I went to go ask one of like the people at the top. Are they ushers? Is that what they're called?
Ushers, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, where should we look? Because we lost a phone. And then they were like, go to guest services. I went to guest services. They're like, it might take a little bit because they gotta go get it and stuff a little bit after the game. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. It's at the third. I get to guest services. I was like, hi, I lost a phone. Kenzie told me what case she had. I knew what it looked like. I knew what phone it was. The phones were all face down, so the cases I could see. And I saw her case. I was like, it's that one. The phone was already at guest services.
Yeah.
From the third goal, which was, I think, only 7 to 5 minutes without her phone.
Yeah.
I want to know how it got there.
Yeah, because that goal scored like right before 12 minutes in the third period. Yeah. So it was like 8 minutes to the end of the game.
Yep.
And then you ended up calling Sarah's phone from my phone, saying, hey, found it. It's up here. Got my phone back.
Thank God.
But I fully thought, I was like, I'm in a different state. I have to have my phone to fly home.
Yep. That was my favorite.
I'm going to have to go to the store and buy a new phone.
Yep.
Just drop however much it would have been. $1,000. If I hadn't got my phone back, but thank you, Prudential Center.
Seriously, you were on top of it. Couldn't have gone a better situation. Like, seriously.
Literally. Speaking of the Devils, you had a class in college, and you, in fact, maybe went to a Devil's game. Maybe did some more afterwards.
Yeah, so my actual favorite like sport event that I've been to was November 25th, 2024, where I met Nico Hisha. I met Nico Hisha. I met Nico Hisha. This is my little thing that my mommy made me.
Describe it for our listeners.
I'm well up here. I'm just gonna show this real quick because this is the press area. I was up top. We're in the press area because the class was. Obviously, I'm a sports communication major because degree, whatever. I'm not used to saying that. I just graduated. Sorry. Oh, happy Pride Month, by the way.
Hi, Pride Month.
That's important.
Wrap your sticks in rainbow tape.
Yes.
So what hockey went on during Pride Month?
Me too. The Devils posted.
The Devils did. They changed their profile picture. I'm pretty sure every NHL team did.
I love non-homophobic sports teams. Non.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The game Devils. Sorry. So in the class, we technically the first assignment was like a media assignment, so we had to make like Instagram stories of why we were sports fans, this, that, the third. And then the second part of the assignment was to sign up for any Devils game to watch, take notes, go interview.
Mm-hmm.
The instructions, the directions for the assignment was to make a 3-minute long video about the game, capture video, capture pictures. The notes are going to be in the video. And then you have to go talk to 2 people and a coach.
You have to go to a locker room.
Yep. So we obviously picked any date. I'm pretty sure it went from the end of October to the beginning of December. So there was a bunch of games. There was, I think, 7 games in total. 3 people went each game. And we chose anyone we wanted. I originally was going to do the one before the, I'm pretty sure was it the Canes? It might have been the Canes. It might have been Devils versus Canes that I picked. But then my friend next to me, she was like, hey, do you want to do this date instead? And I can drive us. Because our only expense was trying to get to the Prudential Center.
Mm-hmm.
So then she was going to be my ride. Plus, I'm going to like not have to meet her in front of anywhere or whatever. So me and these 2 other people, we are there. We picked that date. And then we're doing our thing. We're taking videos, we're recording, the game starts. I'm texting Kenzie the whole entire time.
Yes. I was there virtually.
The game starts. It's, it goes. Who got a goal first? Brat. No.
No, there was Hollis scored second, but first for the Devils. Yeah.
Yes,
that's
That's what. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Eric Holla got a goal in the first period. Second period, start of the show.
Yeah. So when Eric Holla scored a goal, my first reaction was now. So what I started collecting from other people that had the class before and did this before, it was like the star of the show that would be in the locker room to be interviewed. So as soon as he scored, I was like, now I have a chance to meet Eric Holla. Obviously, I'm a Devils fan, so I would have been fine with anyone I saw besides Jack Hughes because he doesn't like to speak in front of the camera.
Or Luke.
Yes, but we digress.
And then he scored again. And then scored again. Natty Hattie.
You're telling me out of all of the games that were there, I picked the game where Nico Hischier scores his first hat trick.
Yeah.
So now we're thinking here. Let's think here. Okay, Hot to Go by Chapel Roan plays, so vibes were good. Vibes were literally so good. I'm sitting up at the top of the booth. The end of the game is coming. I can't breathe. Because now I seriously have a chance of meeting Nico Hischier. Which, again, by the way, the start of how I started watching hockey. Nico Hischier, by the way. We're getting ready to go. I meet Amanda Stein. Love her. She's so cute. She's so fun. We took pictures and stuff as well. We're at the locker room. We're in the practice rink. To the entrance of the locker room. We enter the locker room. To my right, a bucket full of hats. Duh. Walking straight. I'm in the Devil's locker room. OMG. To my right, there's Ericala. A little heartbroken because obviously assuming that the star of the game would be Nico Hischier. Didn't see him, only saw Ericala. I back up. I look to my left. Who is there? None other but Nico Hischier. I threw up and shit my pants a little bit. I'll do that.
TMI.
Well, I'll put the little, you know what I mean. Yeah. And then yes, and then after everyone was done interviewing Eric Holla, they switched to Nico. And again, there's one other person in there, but I do like player, but I don't remember who it was. They didn't care.
Blacked out. She blacked out.
I did black out. Nearing the end of the interview, I was gaining the confidence to ask a question because I was not the only school there. I'm pretty sure Seton Hall was also there, and I don't know, Rutgers, Newark.
So very cool.
Yeah, there was other schools there dressed up. You can tell, and they were asking a lot of questions. Two of the guys that were not like the professional people were asking a lot of questions. And then I realized that they were not professionals and they were just students. So I was like, this is my time to shine.
Mhm.
I fully blocked out. I really wish I said hat-trick, but I said Hattie. I asked Nico Hischier what his original reaction to his Hattie was. And he giggled and left. And then he said, I don't remember because I blacked out.
Yeah.
But I really want to know Miss Mackenzie's side to the whole entire thing because obviously I was texting her through it. When I disappeared, were you just waiting for me to text you back? Because you texted me back. You texted me again. Who was it? Or no, I think I just sent you a picture.
Yeah. Well, throughout the entire game, I was watching it on my screen, and then Emily would text me, and then something would happen on the game because streams are behind, obviously. So I was like, oh, I'm like actually there. And seeing like what's happening before. And then she goes to like the locker room and stuff and doesn't meet ever. I'm like, girl, must be meeting the players. I'm like, who are you meeting? Who's there? Like, you gotta respond to me. And then I just get a picture of Nico. It's a picture of Nico during the interview. I was like, oh, it's Nico. Exactly who you wanted. Awesome. That's like so not cool at all. Like, who would want to meet him?
No.
And then, big Eric Holla fan. She tells me that Eric was there as well. That's her unk.
Yes,
Love Eric.
This was my little badge from it. Oop.
Devil's Past.
Yep, my little pass. That's my name is on it, and the date, and the little
So
media. No autographs. Media.
No autographs.
And one thing I do regret, we could have gone to the locker room entrance and we could have stood there, but we didn't, and I should have pushed for that. But it's okay.
That's okay.
Um,
You still got to meet him. You still
yes.
got to talk to him. You asked him a question. You have a video of that
Yes.
interaction.
Yes. Very happy. And I have a picture, I have a dual picture of my face and Nico Heischer in it so I can prove that it was actually there.
Yeah.
Guys,
And then
actually there.
people started reposting your video asking him a question on Twitter.
Yeah.
And but I sent it to Emily and I was like, this is your video, because she posted it on TikTok. And then you responded and quote tweeted it and was like, oh my god, this was me.
Yep. I was super excited.
Yeah.
What an
His
experience.
reaction was cute. It was a good video.
What an experience.
What an experience. Look at you.
I do also want to mention, I want to, a good, other sports experience that I've had. I was a photographer for my rec center last year during my senior year. Not, I guess this year still, but, and I, myself, was the setup and photographer of media days, and they were super fun. That's such a fun thing. I love media days for photography. I really want to talk about that. Guys, I actually do sports stuff, actually. Not just watch it.
She's not lying. She just actually doesn't. I just watch.
Yeah. No.
I am sole viewer.
But now we're actually in it because we're locked in here.
Yeah, we're locked in. I loved your rugby photos for the women's rugby team. Those ones were probably my favorite.
Thanks. That's the one on my grad cap. I put
yeah.
up too, yeah. Is there anything else you want to share? Do you want to share your favorite piece of merch or thing you got of sports?
I love my Red Bull cans. My Red Bull cans are on my bookshelf. So, love those.
I now love my Red Bull cans. I was gonna do my Nico Heischer jersey, but I don't need to anymore. But I love that.
I need Nico Heischer jersey too.
I do also want to.
You have a Williams car?
Yeah.
So cute.
Not Ferrari, unfortunately. This is just Carlos in my head at this point.
I have a Ferrari one.
Yeah, I don't. I have McLaren and the F1 Academy.
I have 11 of them. No, I have 7 of them. 8 of them. 8. I have an Aston Martin one. A friend got me an Aston Martin one.
I got those for myself on my birthday.
Oh, and this episode's going to be up later, but the Spinach GP was this morning in Barcelona.
I'm so disappointed in Carlos, but so happy for Charles.
Hey, but at least he didn't retire the car like Alex did. So, Carlos finished the race.
Yeah.
So proud of Lindo. Disappointed in Max, honestly.
Yeah. Well, no, that was
that crash in the George was unnecessary, but he's a little mad.
Can we talk about George Russell hate real quick?
What George Russell haters?
We are number 1 George Russell haters.
And that's all I can say about it, actually.
I also think his legs are too skinny, but that's fine.
He could fix that right now. I look at every other F1 driver's legs, though. A lot of them are skinny.
I don't.
Oh, they're strong, but they're not thick.
No, I don't look at their legs. I think George Russell wears shorts too often.
He was really short shorts.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It gets shorter every time. And I think it's so funny. Or it fits him. I feel like it fits him.
Do you want to talk about our favorite real niche sports stuff real quick, or some other things that could just be silly?
Yeah, let's talk about Lance Stroll first, though.
Oh,
because I am a Lance Stroll girl. I love Lance Stroll.
Eyebrows are just so, and he doesn't want to be there.
Bro had to drop out of the race because of his wrist that he hurt cycling in 2023.
Yeah, right.
Probably's gonna have to have surgery again. Gonna miss his home GP, and I'm so sad.
We were talking about that this morning.
Yeah.
Poor Lance Stroll, for real.
He's just misunderstood.
But
I understand him.
Cool.
Huh?
At least his dad is cool. The fashion.
Yeah. Tommy Hilfiger guy.
Um, um,
I wouldn't
Nico Jack.
consider Lauren Stroll. I wouldn't consider Lauren Stroll to be cool.
Oh, okay. So then I take that back, I guess.
Yeah. Anyways, what were you gonna say?
Nico Jack. Ugh,
Nico Jack.
Alexander Holtz, miss him.
His girlfriend just did a marathon.
Ah, Slay.
Yeah, he posted on Instagram. I said, "Where is he posting on Instagram?" And it was a picture of his girlfriend competing in a, I'd assume Swedish marathon because it was like the medal had a blue and yellow.
We love a supportive boyfriend.
Yeah,
we do.
We love Alexander Holtz in this house.
We do.
So sad to see him in Vegas.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
He got scratched for every single playoff game this season.
Poor Alexander Holtz.
And Kier Schmidt.
Oh.
Schmidt. Oh.
What else should we talk about? Is there anything else?
Tyler Trifoli.
Oh, Mr. T-Fall. Can we talk about the fact that he had a sleepover with
Backlund and Will?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he like lost the bet, didn't he?
I'm pretty sure it was if Tyler T-Fall got a goal that night, he would have to have a sleepover. And then he didn't think he was gonna get a goal, so then he was like, okay. And then he got a goal.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's rough. I have to say that Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith are probably my favorite duo besides Nico Jack, though.
Yep. Have seen it a lot. I've seen
They're
it
so
a lot.
fun.
Oh my god, Nico got hurt recently. Did we know about that?
Nico got hurt in Worlds?
Yeah.
RP.
He was taking over recording the other day too.
I saw that. I did see that. That was cute.
I'm also an Eagles fan too, kind of. Also.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Other than being a Packers fan, it's fine.
I guess. I think that might be it.
Yeah, that was a good introduction.
47-minute long. Score!
Sure. Fist bump.
Guys, we're actually friends.
Promise. My fingers are crossed.
So I guess we should tell you where to find us.
Yes, we are on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Yes.
No Game Plan Podcast.
Yep. And I'm on also YouTube.
YouTube.
Yep. We're everywhere. No Game Plan Podcast.
Look us up and you'll find us.
You'll find us. We post Fridays.
Fridays.
We post on Fridays.
Yes.
Don't know the time yet.
So, probably afternoon.
Most likely. Depends if I have work that day.
Okay. All right. Well, go find us. Give us a follow. Give us a subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Like, retweet.
Like, share, and retweet. We don't have Twitter, so.
Yeah. X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm kidding. I'm not for X.
Give us a follow. Give us to the like. Give us a subscribe. Give us whatever you can, because we like to talk about sports, and I hope you like to listen to sports.
Hope to see you next Friday.
We'll see you next Friday. Bye.